All right, guys, it is the end of the first day, and we are here in my classroom. I am sweaty, and I wanted to show you guys some really quick tips because I'm getting a lot of the same questions about Zoom, and a lot of them can be answered the same way. So I went to zoom.us, and I made sure to sign in with my district email. So make sure that you're signed in with your district account. It should sync so that you'll notice up here in the corner, that's my picture that I have for my email, okay? And then from here, I'm going to go to settings, and I have all of these settings that I can change. So a lot of people are asking me about how to make sure that there's privacy, how to make sure, for instance, I can make it so that my camera is always on when I first start. I can make it so that students' videos are always on when they first start. I can make it so that people can't get in before I can. One of the biggest things, though, and these might not have been options before, but are options now, is that you can automatically save your chats so that you can look back at what was happening. And if somebody says something, you have evidence of it, you can send it off to discipline, and we can at least keep a record. Or you can put it into their Synergy report. You can also, if you go down here, you can create co-hosts and let other people like paras come into your class and also host the class with you. I can turn on polls. I can always show my control bar. And I don't want to show that. Disable desktop screen share for users. Yes, I don't want other users to be able to use their screen. However, if you did, you could keep that on because they still have to ask. I don't want to save my whiteboard content. I don't want remote control from other people. Meeting reactions. This is one of the big questions that I get, and nonverbal feedback. All right. If you turn on nonverbal feedback, then students on Chromebooks will have ways of participating that they wouldn't otherwise. When you have meeting reactions on, people on Chromebooks still don't have access to meeting reactions, even if you turn that on. So just keep that in mind. Allow removed participants to rejoin. If you have your waiting room set up, they still have to go through the waiting room. So this can be used as a way of managing your classroom where you say, hey, the student has to leave. They have to come back and wait in the waiting room for a little bit until you have a chance to maybe send them an email and say, hey, I need you to address this concern. You can't use that language. Stop drawing that. Now we're getting into some of the more advanced stuff, like make sure that you have breakout rooms turned on. If you're wondering how to do breakout rooms and you don't have breakout rooms turned on, then that can be confusing. Also, allow hosts to assign participants to breakout rooms when scheduling allows you the ability to say, if all of these people are invited, from this invite group, I'm going to assign these specific people to group A, group B, group C. This can get really finicky. I'm going to turn it on, but I might not use it. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to have any of that on. I'm going to turn on virtual background, but again, your Chrome using students will not have access to virtual background even if you turn it on. So just because this is on, just because video filters is on, doesn't mean that all your students have access to that. So just keep that in mind. And there's one, oh, I saw it up here and I completely went past it. This is a huge one. All of these people who are telling me, hey, I had my screen, I was sharing it, and people started drawing any number of things. I'm going to turn it off. This would allow me or participants, and only the user who is sharing can annotate. Is another way to deal with that. So I can turn off annotations altogether if I'm not planning to use them. If I am planning to use them, make sure to click only the user who is sharing can annotate. Otherwise, you give them access, they're going to draw stuff. This can be used as a really good tool, and I'll use that in another video to show you how to allow students to annotate your shared screen and make a live document that way. But for now, if you're getting some classroom management issues with it, turn it off, all right? I think that's all I'm going to show you for right now, but just make sure as you're having confusion with Synergy that you're using zoom.us to schedule meetings and that you are also making sure your settings are up to date. All right. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you